Hi, it's Jason from the Erie Toolworks Company. Today we're going to show you how to assemble a 1035P, and the P stands for poly. It goes together differently than our standard contractors, and there are a few little tricks and nuances there to make it go together well. So first suggestion, as always, open up the parts carton, make sure that you've got all the required parts that show in the instruction guide, lay out all your pieces and get a feel for what you need to do. Step one, we're going to assemble the handles with the wooden wedges. I'm going to show you how to do that in just a minute. Okay, in this step, we're going to take the wooden wedge and maybe just come down to the side here and I'll show you how to attach it. So you'll see that there's a number of holes. You're not going to interfere with the top hole. And the second hole down, what you're going to do is actually take a bolt, line it up in there. Then you're going to take the nail that's supplied, and I've already had the liberty of doing that. It's just sticking out a little bit. And once this is lined up perfectly, you know there's no issue here with this long bolt, then you're just going to hammer it down the nail and lock it in place, and it's not going to slide off, so now it's in position to be assembled. Okay, this step we're going to assemble the base of the wheelbarrow first, or the undercarriage. First of all, you've got your leg. The part with the no holes is going towards the front of the wheelbarrow. The back is going towards the user. You can lay out your handles like this. You're going to use the non-carriage bolts. Look to be about an inch here, 1 inch non-carriage bolt just like this with the hex head. And you're going to affix it to make the rear undercarriage. So what you're going to do is you're going to put your long cross brace through here like this, and then you're going to put that through there like this, and then fasten it, pardon me, it's going to go in the back, and then you're going to fasten it to the actual leg. So the next step, I'm going to show you what it looks like when it's all assembled. All right, so we just completed the assembly of the legs. So I just want to take you through this. So you've got two legs. The holes are going to be facing towards the back. You're going to put in this long brace first. Then you're going to take this brace, tie it off here, put this brace in, tie it here, and then put them together. And this is the final bolt that you're going to do. Now at this stage, do not tighten up the nuts and bolts. You want them to be loose. You want some play there. And we're going to go into the next step of assembly. So the third step is we've done the handles, we've assembled the undercarriage. Now what we're going to do is put on the cross braces. So there's two cross braces. There's a short cross brace that's going to go on the front, and you can see this edge here is going to face down and go against the tray like so. And there's also a longer one that's going to go across the back. In this step, what we're going to do is take this 1 3/4 bolt, we're going to put it up through the hole. We're then going to use these poly plugs. See this plug here? We're going to put that on top, and then we're going to put the tray brace through here, and then there's something called a retainer clip. You'll see it's this black little piece right here. You're just going to put that on like that, and that's going to hold everything in place while you get the other side ready to go. Before going too far, make sure that you take your 4.5 inch bolt, the longest bolt that comes in the kit, put it up through there like so, and affix your nut. But again, when you put the nut on, please do not tighten it down. Hand tight is perfect. Repeat on the other side. All right, in this step here, I just want to remind everyone what to do. So you're going to take the 1 3/4 bolt, put it up through the bottom. It's a carriage bolt. You're then going to put it through this poly washer here, the thick poly washer. You're then going to put on the tray brace. You're going to put on the retainer clip and put this long bolt up through. Put this down only snug. This one here, you're actually going to put this through before you fasten this. And again, just repeat, you take the 3/4 inch bolt through, poly plug, retainer clip, and nut. So do that to the top, the front, pardon me, and they're going to have the longest two bolts. The next ones that are a little bit shorter are going to go through the back, and you do the same thing with the long cross brace. Now you're ready to put the handles onto the tray. Okay, this step, what we're going to do is we're going to fix the handles to the tray. If you take a look here, the word Erie Contractor is actually on the bottom, handles towards the back. And what you're going to do is just basically set this on as you see here. So you've got the thick part of the wooden wedge towards the front, and you're going to leave these bolts exposed. I'm going to put the handle on the other side, and then we're going to do the undercarriage on top and fasten it together. So now we have both handles affixed to the tray. Again, there's no nuts or bolts on them. Now I'm going to take the undercarriage, and I'm going to attach the undercarriage just like this. Line up the bolts, come around to the front and do the same, and then I'm just going to fasten them loosely without tightening anything down. Okay, so now we're going to talk about the wheel assembly. This is a 4-ply pneumatic tire. This is a heavy construction grade tire, And it comes with this heavy duty 1.375 by 2¼ inch roller bearing, which is greasable. You'll see that it's greasable here on the side. So it's nice to have on construction sites when you need to grease it on the fly. It's very easy to do. You're gonna pull out the 1 cotter pin. You're gonna pull off the large washer. And then what you can do is just basically insert like this, push it through. You can leave that cotter pin in there like that. And then on this other side here, you're just gonna basically take this thick washer, compress that together, get the other cotter pin, and slide it through the hole as so. Okay, the next step, what we're gonna do is we're going to put in the U-bolts that's gonna hold the axle. So you're gonna take the axle bracket you see here. The cutout section is gonna go towards the middle like so. And what you're gonna do is just put the U-bolt down through. You're gonna take a washer and a nut, and you're just gonna put it on the other side and not even snug it up. You wanna leave it loose so you can put the axle in, and we'll show you that in the next step. Okay, so the next step is we've got the U-bolts in. You see that they're loose, there's a lot of play there. We've got the axle brackets in, the cutout faces to the inside. And now what we're gonna do is just basically put the axle through the one side, come to the other side like this, pull this up, and put the axle in there just like that. Okay, the next step, we're gonna take the nose iron, which is this piece right here. We're gonna slide it over the ends, and we're gonna put the bolts through it. And again, do not tighten everything up at this stage. We're just gonna fix it with the nuts and the bolts. This step, you're using the Erie front tray brace, and this is an important step. This is one that most people have a problem with, so I wanna make sure I'm very clear with this. First thing you're gonna do is take the very short carriage bolt, and you're gonna go down, and you're gonna affix it to the rounded end, okay? Just like that. So you're gonna put the bolt through the inside, you're gonna attach the nut. Then the next step, what we're gonna do is we're going to loosen off this bolt right here. It's the back bolt of the U-bolt, and then it's kind of more of a compression. You have to actually apply some pressure and then connect this, the square end, through the back of the U-bolt right there. So this step I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna show you how to do it once I'm all complete. Okay, just to repeat this step, because it's an important step. Short carriage bolt through the front, nut and washer. And then what you've got to do, remember, nothing's tightened up at this stage. We haven't asked you to tighten anything or snug anything down. What you have to do is take off this nut and washer, put it up through the flat section. It does take a little bit of power and torquing. Put it on, snug things down right there, not tight, but just hand tight. And that's the way that the brace is supposed to support the front of the 1035 and 1038P, is through this bolt hole right here in the U-bolt. All right, and there you have it. That's the completed 1035P. The P stands for poly. Comes with a very robust 6 cubic foot tray. What makes this different than our other steel contractor models is it's got the round bull nose, and it's also got a nice reinforced edge, so it's quite heavy duty. When we come here and we take a look at the undercarriage, again, we have the best in class undercarriage with our classic K-brace, heavy duty 64-inch handles. So this is good for some fairly heavy duty loads, but I would not recommend it for concrete or stonework. I'd recommend steel for things of that nature. It does come with a pneumatic tire, four-ply pneumatic tire, or you can get it with the yellow classic flat free tire that Erie supplies. So if you're looking for a good quality wheelbarrow, go and try the 1035P.